The Justice Department filed an antitrust lawsuit against real estate software company RealPage on Friday. Federal regulators are accusing the company of colluding with landlords to raise the rents on millions of Americans utilizing artificial intelligence software. Attorney General Merrick Garland explained how on Friday afternoon.
RealPage sells landlords what it calls, quote, revenue management software. We allege that this software is developed, marketed, and sold to enable landlords to sidestep vigorous competition in the rental market.
CBS News senior business and technology correspondent Jo Ling Kent joins us now from LA. So Jo Ling, give us some background. What is RealPage? How's it supposed to be utilized?
RealPage is a revenue management software for landlords and other members of the real estate community to figure out how to price rental properties. And according to the DOJ, they have used and fed confidential information into their algorithm and allowed that algorithm to offer options that illegally conduct antitrust activity violating the Sherman Antitrust Act. And so what the DOJ is saying essentially, I mean, the way that Attorney General Merrick Garland put it is, the rent is too damn high, and this is contributing to it. And essentially, it is allowing landlords to justify maximizing rent hikes. And this comes as, of course, rent makes up the largest portion of inflation data that we're always here reporting on, right? And the DOJ is alleging that RealPage is acting in a monopolistic manner. Now, of course, RealPage has come out in response to this. And I want to read you their statement here. They said that their software is purposely built to be legally compliant. And they also added that landlords decide their own rent prices, always have 100% discretion to accept or reject software price recommendations there. And they have a history of working constructively with the DOJ to show that.
So, Jo Ling, I was looking at this complaint and trying to understand it because there's a lot of information out there about what rents are, and landlords will price their rents based off of what they see. And in this case, AI aggregates that information and uses some other confidential information, as I understand it. But I'm still trying to understand the accusation that the DOJ is making about how RealPage colluded with landlords. Can you explain how that collusion took place?
Yes. So in the complaint, the DOJ alleges that it found evidence of customers, which are landlords, of RealPage using their software, complementing RealPage for allowing classic price fixing, for example. And there's multiple examples that are cited in the lawsuit that go on to show that RealPage was helping landlords raise prices and in some cases minimize price decreases. And so these examples are what the DOJ is leaning on to make this argument. But what's really interesting here too is that the DOJ went about this investigation in a way that it hasn't traditionally. It used individuals who were data scientists to linearly interrogate the code and look at specific issues of the technology from RealPage, and in order to come to this conclusion. And if you think about it, the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, he did say this morning, and he's correct in this, that Americans spend more money on housing than any other expense. Almost half of the households that are renting right now spend close to a third of their income on rent. And so as a result, this is why the DOJ says they're bringing this type of landmark action.
So it's really interesting. And so I'm wondering, Jo Ling, if the DOJ prevails in this lawsuit, could consumers whose landlords used this software to raise their rents have any recourse? Might they see some of that money back in their pocketbooks?
So relief is always the second step in a complaint in a lawsuit like this, especially coming from the Justice Department. First, they have to decide where the liability is and who is responsible. So I hate to say this, but it's going to be a long time of the court proceedings and all of the lead up. It could take a couple of years, as we've seen in some of these other antitrust lawsuits in the case of DOJ winning against Google recently. So it'll probably take a couple of years to decide what the outcome actually is. And then there will be a separate determination, trial, or mediation that will then lead to what is called the relief stage of this, the decision. So it depends on a lot of different things. It's going to be a long time, but certainly this is top of mind, especially when you think about how rent has gone up. According to the latest CPI data, it's up 5.1% last month compared to the year before. And inflation is sitting, just below 3%. So it still is outpacing headline inflation. A lot of people are feeling that right now.
Yeah, and a lot of times with these class action suits, it's pennies on the dollar for the victims. All right, Jo Ling Kent in Los Angeles, a really interesting story. Thank you.
Thank you.